I don't know what a black radical is.
Stop Asian hate.
This is the most bullshit shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't know who decided to put this on
Let's
the
draft a bill, sign it, and it's done.
What is
Anything
this?
needs to be
Oh,
done.
it's one radical versus like 20, one black radical versus 20 black conservatives.
Done.
Let's see
With
this.
us, it's a carrot they dangle in front of us that they don't really want to do. And it's not going to help. We need education. We need education.
But you know what I don't understand about debates like this, right? First of all, they never ever moderate it. They never keep it on topic. The point of them is to keep it on topic and keep it good faith. Whenever the person that they don't want, the person whose side they're on is get attacked, is fries. Why can't they keep it consistent?
Getting a check from the government is not going to do that.
And plus, let's be real, nobody's changing their minds in these type of debates.
And we need proper education. A lot of us go to these institutions where we're not really prepared, we're not really focused, and we don't get things that help us.
And brothers come in with their mindset.
So if you want to help black people, a check from the government, from our...
It's undeniable that reparations are just necessarily impossible.
American, I got to pay taxes. It'll go to that. So I don't really see how this is going to help us at all.
First, I'll start with, it will help on even just a moral level. The reality is that the United States has become very comfortable with the fact that it does not consider black people equal, and it shows that in many ways, that I'm sure we will discuss over the course of today. Now, in the use of slavery as slave labor in prisons. So on a basic cultural level, reparations are an act of repair. They are an effort to say, we see you now. We have seen that done with Japanese folks who were put in internment camps. We have seen that done with Jewish folks. We have seen that done even in the case of slave owners who received reparations.
That happened then.
When it comes to the use,
I would never understand how people that never were enslaved want money from niggas that were never slave owners. How does that even make sense?
Of tax
How does that make
dollars
sense?
to pay reparations.
I'm watching some fucking bullshit video, bro. This shit's hilarious,
and this is
though.
going to come up a lot today. It's a matter of value.
It's not even stuck in the past, Dennis. It's stuck in, imagine it. You never lived there. How are you suffering from something you never lived? How does that make sense?
For me, my value system circulates around the fact that I think that as a community, we should all be engaged in repair for our community. So I don't think there should be any problem with there being tax dollars spent at repairing consistent efforts that...
Hey, man. I'm not going to lie. We watched that fool like a couple days ago. That shit was hilarious, bro. I'm trying to understand how they're trying to make the girl in Minneapolis. They're trying to say she's like George Floyd. Are we not going to act like she wasn't trying to run them over? Are we not going to act like she wasn't trying to run them over? The internet actually made people forget about it. The internet made people think, I could do what I want and there's no justification for violence.
There's reparations that have been discussed all over this nation in different communities as it relates to particular massacres, as it relates to redlining and the impediment of black people to earn.
But they're not going to, now when they see ICE agent, now they're going to be scared. Literally 40. Now, like, it's like, oh my God. But bro, now niggas, now you're going to see nobody, the ICE agents are probably going to be chilling like a villain. No one's even going to walk in front of them anymore.
Wealth by having property. There's been impediments in various ways that can be repaired. And I want to also just add,
I'm not gonna lie, he did double tap her though. We can't confirm.
There's reparations that are considered a cash payment from a government. There's also the version of reparations that shows up in how funds are applicated to specific groups of people. So there's multiple ways in which what you're stating cannot happen.
They've done that.
Very well happen.
Okay, now as far as the money going towards certain things that can help us, okay, Baltimore public schools, they get, I think, the third most money per pupil in the US of A, like $15,000 per student, but yet the majority of the population that comes from that environment can't read. They're illiterate. So we're dumping money on the situation.
How? What? 1 second, 18K per student. How many kids go to that school? And how the fuck can they not read? How's that even possible? It's 2025, how can you not read? How do they go on the internet? What's going on?
Yes, but yet we're not getting the results we should
get
from it.
I'm thinking the principal must be driving a Rolls Royce. Now, 40. You know what's going to be funny? You know the niggas that be fighting for reparations the most? And then they say, oh, you got slave owner DNA. That way, please. Because I remember there was one woman, right? She was like an advocate for reparation, all that. And she did a DNA test and they found out she had slave owner DNA. It was curtains.
We need to just focus on what we need to focus on. As far as black people being labor force of this country, what else are we doing? We got 25% of us on some kind of government assistance. 1 out of every 3 black men will go to jail. We got to do something. We got to work with our hands, work with tools, do something because we're not doing much of anything. And also, one more
Like
thing,
one of her great-great-granddads was like, he owned slaves.
reparations, again, always anchored in front of us, never going to happen. As long as you've been living, as long as I've been living, as long as everybody been living this, we need it, we need it, we need it, and it never gets done. I'm going to land the plane.
They shouldn't get shit. It's done. You can't go back in time. Because if it's being real, the people who actually suffered didn't get paid. It's over.
I'm going to land the plane, I promise. Reparations is a thing, like I said.
How are they fighting for it more than the niggas that actually experienced it? How does that even make sense?
It's a carrot that dangle in front of us. They're never really going to get it done. And if it was going to get done, it would have already been done. It's just something that they're using to try and make us stay Democrat. That's what I wanted to say.
Well,
'Cause
Democrats are not doing reparations either.
They're not.
This is nonpartisan. This is black partisan, baby. Okay?
Well,
this is nonpartisan.
Who do we vote for?
You're
I'm
not
not gonna
talking
lie.
to a Democrat. You're
I
talking
low
to
key, bro. American politics is so fucking hilarious. Cause I started getting into it recently, bro. First of all, Trump is a straight up troll. He's a troll. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, but who
So
do
let's
He's just been
land-
trolling Venezuelan dictator. He's been trolling him.
Let's land this plane very quick. Wait,
who do
sir.
we vote for?
Let's land this plane quickly.
Who do
You're
we vote
talking
for?
to a radical, not a Democrat.
Okay,
And
you
so-
are your own
What the fuck is a radical? A black radical? What is that?
person,
Let
but
me
who
tell
do
you
we
something
vote
now.
for?
I don't know what they told you, but if they told you that cutting me off is how I was going to get clicks, stop it now.
Oh,
'Cause
no,
that's,
no.
That's not how we're
We
going to.
have- we
That's
have an-
not
He about to save America and fuck the world.
how
Debate.
we're going to enter.
We having a debate.
A debate does not require continuously cutting somebody off.
Okay, no problem.
Now, I do want to state this. You're stating things as it relates to how money is not fixing a problem without acknowledging the fact that the problem doesn't exist in a vacuum and that there are so many other factors that are determining how that money is getting spent to impede it from actually fixing a problem. You can put all the money into Baltimore public schools you want, but if you are also putting all this money into policing, into communities that are not getting resources, then you are also
1 second. So she's saying, yes, they're paying them. Yes, they can't read even though they're paying them. But it's the police's fault. What the fuck are we talking about, bro?
creating your own conundrum.
What are we
The other
talking about?
part of
I'm not
this
tweaking.
Is that when you're saying they, you know, the they is a broad context. And the last part of this that I will say is that you keep saying they're dangling this in our face. They're dangling in our face. Slavery lasted for 400 years. It hasn't even been 400 years since slavery. So should we be only fighting for a quarter of the time to get repair?
All
Well,
right. I'm so sorry.
okay.
You've been voted out
Is
by
she
the majority.
smart? All right.
Please return to your seat.
There's no, she gotta be trolling. I'm gonna be real. She gotta be trolling. There's no
Okay.
way she's being real.
My name is Matt Nuclear.
Matt
Appreciate-
Matt
sure.
Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear, give me a better handshake than that.
Surname
Let's do
is
it.
I
Nuclear.
appreciate having this conversation with
Yes.
a beautiful black woman like yourself. This is nice. Beautiful arena here. I disagree that the reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the black community would be the stopping of violence, especially black on black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give
You don't wanna hear
to
the truth.
committing violent crimes consistently a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we had the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated
I'm entering the US at the time, came to America, sent money back to their families and work.
against them.
Hold
And-
on, you know what I need?
Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for
Hey.
this when they are killing each other 90% of the time?
You got
Which
argument.
is the rate that black people kill each
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't like whoever's doing this is fucked up. I can't like whoever's slapping facts on the table is fucked up.
other, according to the FBI.
Oh, young Matt,
Yet white people are the
Um,
oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied.
Yo, this woman's crazy. Of my life, this woman's crazy. This woman is actually crazy.
To you.
Stats don't
so-
lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time.
I mean,
so let's
she got a point there.
start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the
That-
sources
sometimes, not all the time,
that
sometimes.
gain from the statistics being shown a different way. If you're gonna start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They
I
lie.
haven't, though.
They lie all the time.
But what's the
One,
argument gonna be? Stats don't lie, but my stats, your stats are lying, but mine are not lying. What the fuck are we talking about?
comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of Black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to
But they
make
were both
impediments for them to
discriminated
show
against.
and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't
not-
believe that happens at all.
This
No,
bitch
there's no
actually lost.
systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other.
Everyone's racist. You know what it is, Fully? Everyone is racist to a degree. But the thing is, there's one group of people that are not allowed to be racist at all, but everyone can be racist to them. You get what I'm trying to say? There's one group of people that can't be racist, but everyone can be publicly racist to them. That's fucked up, no?
But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think
But Somalis are racist to other Somalis if they're darker?
the white man is the oppressor? When black men
telling
are
me,
more
Shams, do
likely
you
to kill
know?
me.
Oh my
Tell me.
God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk.
You know what I realized about this woman? I don't understand where they found her. I think they found her on some campus spewing bullshit. She doesn't actually know shit. Like, have you realized this? What has she actually said and backed it up? She doesn't know shit. She goes off vibes. She hasn't proven one point. You know, we say, alhamdulillah. She doesn't know shit.
We have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset.
How? Prove that. How?
So there's simply no way
Why do they keep letting her say this bullshit and not prove anything?
to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism when we have
There
seen
isn't.
in very clear
Now.
ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was
Nigga, that was like in the 60s. What are we...
implemented to discriminate black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
I knew it. This was in this... It got outlawed in 68. Why are we bringing it up in 2025 or 2026?
No, I'm saying I don't
See,
think it
bro,
really existed at all. I mean,
anything.com.
No, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist.
Anything.com.
And stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist.
You know what it's for you. You know what the absolute 360 180 that's gonna happen when World War III kicks off and then they start recruiting niggas. Now all of a sudden niggas want to go back to the kitchen. Now niggas all of a sudden, the only people that I think will actually be happy that our war kicked off is the brothers that became women. You know, those they're probably gonna be doing backflips. They're gonna be like, I'm a woman now. You can't send me to war. But always they're gonna be put on the front lines.
Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact. And there are realities that exist because
All of a sudden now niggas go shot in the foot. All of a sudden now niggas is pregnant. I think the whole population will go up like 90%. Everyone's getting pregnant.
taxes are affecting the school systems. If a school system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at allowing for students to be able to get what they deserve. When we talk about systemic racism, we have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school.
You know what it is? And I'm not gonna lie, I need to watch what I say though, because a lot of niggas been getting arrested recently in the UK for shit they say on the internet. You know, if I saw one of them they thems in real life, right, and they try to force me to say they them or whatever the fuck, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm keeping it respectful and I'm keeping it 100. I miss when niggas actually used to treat this ideology like what it is. It's a mental illness, and it actually is a gender dysphoria, whatever the fucking bullshit.
Students in
It's like me seeing someone with schizophrenia and saying, yeah, you can fly right now, jump off that building, let's see what happens.
3rd grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of, okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free labor. Then how is that not systemic? And if you wanted
Stop them from entering prisons.
how are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von.
So
Ben
how does King Von happen? How does
Carson,
King Von happen?
King Von
reparations.
hold on,
Actually,
let me finish.
let me land the plane.
Yeah.
We're talking about reparations, and what you're doing is actually just trying to get this conversation
me
on the
this.
facts. And
Ben
the fact is,
Carson's-
reparations are just and necessary because on a basic level, black people built this country, and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that black people put into this country. And it would behoove you, young man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears.
You gotta blame the universities, bro. You gotta blame the universities, bro. What the fuck is black social justice? What is this? What is that as a major? What the fuck is that?
Into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one
No,
point that I wanted
answer
to
the
say?
question.
Ben Carson.
He did answer the question.
I'm so sorry. You've been voted out by the majority.
Okay.
Please return to
I'm
your
not gonna lie, I'm bored of this prompt. I'm trying to get to
There
the
was
next
people
question.
in the North who helped with the Underground Railroad and fought in the Union. So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves. That is priority to you than finding a
We need to
fair
normalize
way
hobbies
to
again.
accommodate those who have been.
But you know what you know what I hate more than anything? You know the bitches and the niggas that be in relationships, that be tweeting, like posting TikToks. Yo, my boyfriend did this. Yo, my girlfriend did this. What should I do? What the fuck are we doing? What is the goal here? I'm not gonna lie, we need to start banning niggas from the internet. Like we need to start. I miss when we had mental institutions for retarded niggas. Make institutions great again, bro. Start sectioning people. What are we doing?
The descendant of slaves.
Well, our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity. And we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president, just in case you didn't know. We had a black president and we had a black vice president. I mean, I think she was black. They said she was black.
Niggas said
I don't
kids
know.
dying in war
So
zones.
we had a
They don't want to talk about that because how does that make them rich? Come on, man. Rookie mistakes. You're thinking about them when we haven't even got reparations. 400 years. Fucking bigot.
because you can't win a popular election in this country without white.
I'm actually convinced 100% one of her parents are white. There's no way she's 100% black. And I'm convinced she hates them.
people. So
'Cause
Barack
she just like hates
Obama
whenever
is the
niggas bring up white people.
product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, oh, America is so racist.
But what happened in the last 10 to 15 years, right? Where everything is about some bullshit. You know when niggas were just normal people, bro? Now all of a sudden, their race is their personality. Their sexuality is their personality. It's over, bro.
What's making America so racist
It's over.
is people.
What am I
that
watching?
they
I'm
continue
watching
to
black
talk about
propaganda.
racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward.
Black males that grew up with
Black on black crime is a result of underinvestment and over policing.
without a
Let's see this.
father are 10 times more likely to engage
So
in
calm down, sir. Please don't objectify me. My wives are looking for me right now. They haven't found me yet, but they're looking, and I don't want you to, like I'm saying, throw them off. We can't confirm. Let's keep it respectful, okay? Don't objectify me. I don't like that right now. What am I dead?
criminal activity. And so I think one of the
Can I put a pin right there and ask you a question?
ask me whatever you like.
What is the root cause of there being less fathers present?
Bad decision making on the part of the fathers. We live in a patriarchal system, like it or not. Men have dominated the socioeconomic, economic, and political power of this country and the world since our existence. Bad decision making, especially when we focus on the black community, is the root cause of fatherlessness.
What type of decisions?
Not marrying the women we decide to lay down and have children with. Not being careful with the seeds that we plant in women. No woman can get pregnant without a man planting his seed inside of her. So therefore,
So it's marriage.
marriage is a part of it.
Okay.
I don't understand what her goal is today. I feel like she just wants to beef. I don't think she actually wants to come to a conclusion.
The black community was at its economically strongest while being at
100. Some people have never got in a fight because the confidence some people come with to talk shit. You know, like some people, like they actually talk so much shit in the flesh. And you could tell they've never been, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell.
its poorest during the segregation era. Prior to 1968, Dr. Martin's
Just-
last speech said that we have an annual income of
Right.
more than $30 billion a year, which is more than all of the exports of Canada.
You realize, okay, I'm not immortal. Let me just chill for a bit. I remember the first time I got banged in the face. It brought me down a couple pegs. I didn't get into a scrap for like a minute after that.
Exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. That was when we were economically at our poorest. Yet 85% of our black children were growing up
Oh my God.
with a father in the home. There was less black on black crime. There was less disenfranchisement
Why was there less
What you mean
black
by
on black
bang?
crime?
because
The
we
last
lived,
two?
we had
This
to
one
stick
niggas
by
on?
each other. We had to stick
What
by
was
each
there
other.
also less of?
I'm gonna
not
fix it.
sure
I'm
what
gonna
you
fix
mean.
it. I'm gonna
That's a
fix it. I'm gonna
leading
fix it. 2024 May, so almost 2 years.
Essentially, when we were living
Why
in
is
our own
Celeste following me?
communities, we were
you telling
also
me-
policing our own communities. So
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
were not being
Forgot Celeste.
united to our own communities.
Chill out, bro.
When we were going to the government saying, hey, we deserve because we are supposed to be separate but equal,
Mhm.
we weren't saying, hey, we want to be with y'all. We were essentially saying, we want what you are stating we deserve. all of the efforts of the civil rights movement has been. It's literally just been to say, you said when we got out of the Civil War that we would be considered citizens, and all citizens should be getting equal access to these things. However, you are actively allowing the Klan.
That's cap.
You are actively allowing.
Who's killed more black people, the Klan or us?
I would like to continue my statement.
Why is she dodging that question? We're not ready for that conversation yet.
I let you speak uninterrupted. When we talk about this concept of who is harming us, we are really making a false claim when it comes to black on black crime, as if there isn't white on white crime.
What? And she dodged that. She
effort to try and pathologize
swerved that shit like
black
it was
on black
nothing.
crime in a way that you don't try to pathologize
absolutely
white on
swerved
white
that shit.
crime. There are white people killing each other every single day. Now, they may be on jet skis in the pictures after they shoot up their whole family.
But this black brother looks very dapper in that suit, man. I can't lie, I need to start wearing a suit, bro. It's time to put the hoodies to rest, bro. I can't lie, I need a suit.
Nonetheless, there are white people killing each other today. Now, much of the reason why you may see more numbers in terms of black on black crime are for two reasons. One,
Somaliland.
the statistics be lying all the time. We have seen this. We have seen this in a real way.
What the fuck?
So in New Jersey,
what numbers can be trusted? Because with the previous speaker, you said
I'm about to tell you right now.
Okay, so your sources can be trusted.
Very dapper. We can't confirm.
I'm literally about to give you an example of numbers not being able to be trusted.
Okay, talk to me.
That's what I was doing.
I'm listening.
Okay, then listen. In New Jersey, they had a statistic that was created by the police department that said, look at how many black people are committing crimes. Look at how crazy this number is. And then people went and actually matched the names that they were booking with the faces of the actual people incarcerated. And it was proven that they were lying.
So that's one. Okay, so that's one.
This is my whole thing, right? It gets to a point with this propaganda. Let's keep it real, please. They can't be asking behind us why you're robbing niggas. It's not adding up. 10-4.
One instance. Hold on. No, you're talking to somebody that
Is
works
she trying to act like black people are like angels? I'm confused.
as a police dispatcher when I'm not making content. So here's the thing. The truth is, you're about to see the truth if you just give me a second. Like Trump said, just give me a second.
Well, here's what you keep doing. You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make.
The point
and yet you
she had
want
no
me to
point.
respect your point.
She had
And
no
that's not
point.
how a debate works.
She had no
so
point.
if you want me to keep getting louder, I will do it. But
Ma'am, where are the judges? Tell this bitch shut up.
ultimately, if I show you respect, give me the respect
Because they don't understand it. There's a fucking timer, and she's wolfing it for like 4 minutes straight.
back. I let you talk. I let you make your points. I am countering your points. And my points are just as valid as yours, even though you got a pocket square and a Church of Christ pin on your...
And that's when her argument went out the window. The whole conversation ended after that. The whole conversation is gone after that. Now, if he scraps her, game is game.
chest.
It's not a Church of Christ. It's
Whatever.
A cross.
It's a cross. Same difference. You got an American flag and you think you know something because you a cop. And ultimately...
Not a cop. Dispatcher. There's a difference.
It's ACAB all day over here. So let me make that clear.
What the fuck is ACAB? What's ACAB? You see what I don't understand, right? It gets to a point of entitlement when you're like absolutely retarded to the point of you're fiending for bread. You're not gonna get it, pal. And what the fuck is... I need to understand what a black radical is, bro, because there's no way this is a real thing.
Let me also add to my point. My point is that you can sit here and blame black people on black people all day long and not acknowledge that we are forced into... You're coming to interrupt me again.
I haven't even
He didn't even speak. He didn't even speak. This bitch is crazy.
said a word.
Oh my life, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is actually crazy.
It's a waste of my time. Y'all
But
just
I wish they let her finish with him.
want to be seen. I don't need to be seen.
This bitch is actually crazy. Like, she's actually crazy.
Hello.
How
nice-
are you? I'm
yes, Sarah.
Jasmine, the pretty bee.
Ladies.
Say less outfit. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is my thing. I think the premise of your question was black on black crime. So I think I'm coming from a place, and I guess my issue is having had my biological father murdered by a black man, having had my cousin shot in the head by a black man. We can talk numbers and statistics and what the people are doing, what the white man is doing, and all that. But at the end of the day, I see when my family lives on the south side of Chicago, and I think you and I both can attest to this, and I'm not saying that there are not other factors, but we know that we kill each other at a disproportionate rate than any other race.
Oh,
now, why
God.
we do that and why 6,000 to 9,000 black men are going to be homicided or killed or whatever by the end of the year annually by other black men, whereas the likelihood of a black man being killed by a white police officer is less than 150 per year.
So why the fuck am I seeing a new one every day on the news? Why am I not seeing black people killing black people every day? But I'm seeing these police officers doing some shit every day. So it's fake. But these niggas have been recycling the same 238 niggas. Yeah, bro.
So I'm not
Read the
debating that
postman.
they're not factors at play, but because I've lived the experience as a Black woman losing my father to be murdered by a Black man walking down. No worries, thank you. But walking down the street in inner cities and different things, knowing that it's more likely that
I'm done with the news. I'm not checking the news no more because the news is clearly lying to me.
my own brother will rob and rape me than a white man. Or
Sorry,
we
my
got
bad.
to be real.
What's your proximity to white men in the South Side of Chicago? Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are Black men?
There are white men around.
At the same rate?
There wasn't a lot of Black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're destroying each other. So even if we get to the
Nothing-
root, like
wait,
there, because I feel like a lot of
nothing
liberals will argue,
justifies-
like, well,
I'm
look,
not
the
a
white people are
liberal.
killing.
I-
Okay.
You see what I don't understand? You know Americans, right? Like, I'm telling you right now, Americans take you calling them a liberal, a Democrat, and they take it like it's a gunshot wound. Like, they take it so personally. Like, you know, if I'm like in England, right, and niggas call me a conservative or a Labour, you know what I'm saying? A Labour, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't take it as a personal attack. Niggas take it like it's like you just violated their mother. Next video after this, bro. Chill out. I need to finish this because I want to see what her goal is. I don't think she has one, but you know what I'm saying? It's funny to watch.
Well, I will say that people that sometimes have your stance that are against conservatives, maybe they have this claim that they're making it up, they're making up the numbers. We know that we do that to each other. So I want to get to the root of the issue.
I'm not gonna lie, a bit too much.
Why are we
What is
killing
the
each
root of
other?
the issue?
I think the root of the issue is we've lost our values and we've lost our resilience as Black people. We sit there and we talk about what the white man did and we talk about slavery and everything like that. We have no self-accountability and say, you know what, at the end of the day, that is my Black grandmother, that is my Black sister, you are my Black sister. And you know that a Black man is more likely to rob you or commit some type of crime against you. And that's what we need to get down to the issue of. And like you were talking about earlier,
Yes.
like, hey, well, what's going on? You know, what do you think the answer is to one of the brothers that were speaking? I think it's the breakdown of the family. I think, like he said, because of our poor choices, and what happens is we look at domestic violence, for example. When domestic violence, women or men or even attacked.
You know what I didn't know, but I found out recently, bro. You know the most domestic violence happens with lesbians. So why are these niggas choosing the bear when they're out here fist fighting each other more than we are?
It's like, you know
It's
what? It's not
crazy.
your what? It's not your fault. And the issues in our community, they're not our fault.
She
The
just needs
white
some
man
good
needs-
dick to shut the fuck up.
An old white
I
lady
mean-
down the street is looking at me and I don't know why she got braids in her hair. And we focus on all these other stupid.
You know what I don't understand? You know, like a lot of people say, like, oh, if a black person, I mean, if a white person has braids, it's cultural appropriation. But then, could you not say this is cultural appropriation? Or am I tweaking out? Because this ain't their hair. Like, this is white people hair. Or am I tweaking?
Things that don't matter, killing each other at a higher rate than any other race. It is self-hatred amongst us. I believe that we can do that.
Females need to be put in their place. It's not even that, Celeste. Celeste, it's not even they need to be put in their place. It's just we need to stop giving airtime to retards, men included. Some people genuinely don't deserve freedom of speech.
My mom's cousin, excuse me, coming from the church parking lot.
All right, Dennis, let's calm down, all right, sir? This is what I'm talking about. I give niggas inches and niggas to go with miles. Let's calm down, sir. Okay, let's keep it concise.
Gunpoint.
I need you to get to the point so I can.
Oh, now she's getting mad.
No, and I'm not trying to be funny. And like you said, we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah,
so
but
don't-
you're monopolizing.
Yeah.
and
I'm
we're
not
not
trying.
being
Okay, I'm
able
gonna let
to-
you speak, but let's not get the
Yes.
attitudes and stuff because you're my sister and I
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I say you smack her.
respect you. So how
I
you
don't
talk
have an
to
attitude.
them-
I'm being direct
but
to
how
you.
you
But you're
talk to them, you're
literally
not gonna
speaking
talk
this,
to me.
and you're not going to do
Okay.
that with me either.
Okay,
so
so
you're
I'm
stating your
respecting you.
point, and you've been stating your point for quite some
So
time. So
say
you
maybe
have
the
a
proper
reason
ways.
for
Would
me
you
to.
like? Would you allow me to respond? So that's a better response. Go
Now
ahead.
niggas putting their flags up. Let
response
them
that
scrap, bro. Why niggas putting that?
I have for you is
Okay.
that everything you're saying does not exist in a vacuum. I actually agree with you in that, yes, there has been an incredible denigration of Black worth and Black pride in this nation.
Okay.
I think it's also very important to acknowledge what has contributed to that and to state that
What
it
has
is
contributed to that? What?
only Black people that have contributed to that is
You know, I've read this about this woman. Name me one thing she said without a qualifier. Like, she hasn't said a simple fact without adding, like everything is so problematic. Like, everything is so bitch. Like, she says a lot of fake shit, but never goes into it. She's like, oh, we
a
can discuss that
false
later.
flag. So we have to admit that. So in order to have this conversation around how we got here, you can't say, oh, well, we're caring about the white woman getting braids and that doesn't matter and this thing.
True.
All of that attaches. All of that is actually a very big part of the lack of worth of Black people.
I'll ask you, do you think we're resilient? What does resilience mean to you? Do you think we have to be perpetual victims or do you think that Black
I
people are
think that
resilient?
those are two different conversations.
How
I think
so?
the concept of Black people being victims is really trying to not provide accountability to where the root problem for the actual cause is. And if we keep saying that somebody is a victim and that doesn't mean that the other person should have to actually have accountability, then what are we really doing? You
I'm not
can
saying
do
we
both.
weren't victims.
You can be a victim and be resilient.
How do we do both if you stay in the victimhood? That's my question.
But your statement about Black people staying in the victim place is also your point of view. We continue to rise above it by, one, pouring into our communities with mutual aid, but two, by simultaneously making sure that we are challenging the systems that are in place to impede us. We have so many opportunities where we are trying to do mutual aid, and those things get disrupted by folks who want to have capitalist gain, by folks who want privatization.
Okay, so she's a socialist. Okay, that makes sense.
Have all these mom and pop businesses in our community.
So she's a socialist. That makes sense. Now we can leave it at that.
In America right now, you are an intelligent Black woman that is successful.
That's irrelevant.
No one's stopping me from doing anything. I'm an intelligent Black woman that graduated and is successful.
Tried to stop me from doing what I do.
America will always be capitalist. I would never understand it, bro.
And we are not all equal in our ability to be invested in by others.
I agree.
We are not all equal in our trauma.
Are we resilient? That every Black person has resilience.
We keep
bro, if niggas be fighting for this every day, right? Like they think the billionaires will ever allow them to make America not capitalist. It will never happen. It will never happen.
But we keep trying to cause.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You've been.
Celeste, their whole thing is, right? I miss that smile, yo, bro. Bobo, I'm not gonna lie, you need to calm down with this horny behavior, sir. Stop objectifying me. I'm cool, Evie.
Voted out.
First, I want to say
the hat is crazy.
I want to kind of get rid of its like right, left.
Hey, the line?
I really want to talk about
What
just
line?
like our own personal views and what we've experienced, what
What
we've
line?
seen. And when it comes to your claim
How old is she?
about Black on Black crime, I think a lot of people here do believe, especially based off of personal experiences and everything, that it is just lack of accountability.
I don't know what
In the
you're
Black
talking about.
community, we need to start taking responsibility for our actions and stop pointing our fingers at other people and the white man. Like, because if we're
you're
gonna sit
dirtying my
here-
house,
no,
if you
no,
keep
it's not-
pouring shit into
no,
my house
it's-
and I'm cleaning it, why can't I do both? Why can't I clean my house and bar the windows from you shitting on my house?
Because it begins with responsibility within us. If we're like, okay,
Yes.
oh, the white person's doing this to me, the white person's doing that, we're not
But they
going to ever come
are.
to the core of the
But they
issue. We
are.
need to take
And it's not
responsibility.
even just the white person, because now we have seen very many races, people of very many backgrounds that are actively participating in the effort to keep a working class down. Like that is.
Oh, no. So, W fucking Shamzina. W fucking Shamzina. So, wait. She didn't even have beef with only the. It was like, little tickles. Ban that nigga immediately. Right, focus up. I thought she only had beef with the whites. She got beef with everyone. Fans? I can respect that a little bit more, because at least it's consistent. She got beef with everyone.
A fact. It's not just white people. So I don't attend to that. But I will say the reality of there being systems in place is real. Over-policing is a real thing.
Everyone will argue over policing, except the niggas that actually live in the neighborhood.
Real is the effort of violence interruption.
This is why she will never ever move. You know the place she's saying there's too much police there? She will never live there.
In certain communities, right? So we've seen this
There's a reason there's too many police there.
Detroit.
We telling me,
in New York,
Widow.
we've seen this in Baltimore. There are communities that have said, what we're going to do is...
I'm not gonna lie, it's too much.
Reporting
It's too
on
much
a
on one
story.
point.
So you get for partnering with us on this episode.
Yo, bro, what's going on with this nigga, bro? Is this a pearl necklace? So this is what I imagined what you look like.
Now, let's get into it.
My next claim is systemic racism isn't a theory. It's our lived reality backed by data and history. Ultimately, I feel that way because it's simply just facts. It's in the books, and that's why there are laws.
But you didn't say that.
Challenge it. There have been innumerable instances where actual systems were created specifically for the impediment of Black people to advance.
You actually
seen
numerous
instances where there were things
created
for
bro.
Black people
I
to
saw the
advance,
ending.
and they were taken back
bro.
under the auspices of we don't want them to advance. Ultimately, systemic racism
Shams,
exists
Yo, Shams,
in our
bro.
institutions on a government level, in our institutions, whether it's prisons or schools, and it is undeniable because they are actively trying to reinstate it right now.
Can you give me an example of one of those systems that you believe perpetuates that cycle of racism? Redlining? Okay.
Yes.
And how does that can you elaborate? Like, how is that affecting the Black community?
Do you know redlining was a system that was created to determine property values,
and it stopped in 1968.
and that said Black people can only live in certain neighborhoods and not in other neighborhoods. And the redlining lowered the property values of those Black neighborhoods by stating that they were more savage, that they were more dangerous, etc. They were not able to own property on a level of par to their white counterparts. There were also many efforts at just simply not allowing Black people to get loans for property, putting them in predatory scenarios where they were essentially unable to own land. And that inability to own land, but still having to pay out a mortgage or rent, continue to put Black people in a conundrum of not being able to excel at the same economic rate as their white counterparts.
What I'm hearing from you, if I'm hearing correctly, is it feels like in the United States that for a while we've kind of established these systems at their foundation and they've continued on and they've continually just oppressed Black people and we haven't dismantled them and we haven't done much to them, so they continue to complete the cycle. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Well, in many of these systems, they have been dismantled maybe in name, but because this country has never dismantled the culture of racism, they end up still living in practice. So we see that.
You see what she's doing, right? She doesn't prove anything she says. She just says shit. No references, nothing. Is that me saying right now?
For instance, in the way that the appraisal system works. Now, we saw there was an entire documentary on how appraisals have been also very racist, home appraisals, right? So your ability to sell your house for the value that it deserves.
Right.
There were a number of homes, particularly in Marin County, California, where Black people had one appraisal when they had their Blackness up. So they had their dashikis hanging, you know, and they had their, they had their Black Good Times poster. But then when they removed all those items and put up white people and a dog in the house and then had their white friends come and pose as the owners of the home, the appraisal was significantly higher. And we have seen that in a number of instances. Now, of course, that is just Marin County, but there are a number of other scenarios where this has been relayed. And that's why there were certain efforts by the Democratic Party to say, okay, well, we're going to try and step in for this.
I actually remember that case.
Postman,
the problem I guess I have with systemic racism is, I guess for somebody like me, where my family comes from, the Deep South, you probably don't even know it, Aliceville, Alabama. That's where my grandparents are from. And my grandpa came, if you saw the house that he grew up in, I'm not trying to be funny, it looked like a slave house. It was just, they grew up in poverty. And the fact that he was able to go from...
What's the question? I don't even remember the question. You think it's just waffling? Chance.
We say, hey, go out there and work. Go out there and get these jobs that are available. Work with your hands. Do skilled trades. That's where a lot of us talk about skilled trades. So working class, that's really a Black conservative thing, in my humble opinion.
I would beg to disagree. I think that would be true if Black conservatism also created pathways for people to get those jobs and also to be able to challenge the corporations that are using their labor, that are stealing from them.
I think it's